Some sophisticated hackers managed a big hit on two Las Vegas casino giants this past week at Caesars Palace and Harrah's. Many of their customers had their Social Security and driver's license information stolen. There are reports Caesars paid a ransom. At MGM properties, the hackers froze slot machine screens and ATMs, including at the Bellagio and MGM Grand. Elevators went out of order. Revolving doors stopped working. Some guests couldn't get into their rooms. Their key cards would not work. And so on and so on.
Man, these people are not playing around whatsoever. Before we dive into this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you guys could please share so we could get it out there. Now, this whole cyber attack, and this is on a large chunk of the Las Vegas Strip, is with the Scattered Spider hackers. I believe that's the way you say their name. They need to work on the name. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to say nothing bad. These people are fine people. I'm not going to say nothing about them. So this is completely locking down these casinos to where the slot machines are off, ATMs, the card readers to get inside of the hotel rooms themselves. All of this stuff, security, surveillance, completely shut down at these properties. And there's something pretty interesting about the Caesars property as well as the MGM. They both took a different route to this whole thing. We'll get to that in a second. But this is kind of interesting how all of this stuff can get shut down by hackers. So it just seems that anything that's electronic, right, can be influenced. That's kind of interesting. But they want to act like everything else is safe and secure, but the casinos aren't, but everything else is. You see how this ends up working out? And this is insane. This is people's payroll checks and all. And I have family members, relatives that actually work in the casinos and all that actually live in Las Vegas right now. So I've been getting wind of all this. I didn't know it was as bad as what it is. And I'm hearing stories here and there. You're seeing how long these lines are, like at the Excalibur, Bellagio, Aria. I mean, lines for days where these people, they can't even check into their rooms or check out. The key cards don't work. The entire system is shut down completely. You have slot machines that are completely glitching out where they're not working whatsoever. There's not going to be no payout or anything like that. On top of all this stuff, people's information has been compromised. You got Social Security, all this stuff. You have like your player's card that keeps all the information for the people that gamble a lot, and you have all your points stored. That information's out there. This is just insane how they've hit this whole entire system like this. And what happens when stuff like this is taken or confiscated? How does it work? There's a ransom involved. And look at how this is going down with Caesars and MGM handling this.
You know, speaking of the ransom issue, there are reports that Caesars Entertainment was asked to pay $30 million for a promise to secure its data and may have paid $15 million. Wow, what do we know about that?
So what's fascinating here is that it appears that Caesars did pay the ransom, as you mentioned. They said in the SEC filing that they've taken steps to ensure that the data has been deleted, although they can't guarantee it. That basically is an admission that they paid a ransom. MGM, though, on the other hand, did not appear to pay the ransom, and we're seeing these widespread outages in MGM, not in Caesars.
These casinos are losing money by the minute. They need to stay operational. They need to stay active. Just like they say, this town was not built on winners. All these casinos don't pop up because they're built on winners. It's built on losers. That's how this whole city works. So as all this time goes by, these minutes turn into hours, turn into days, they're losing a crazy amount of money. So Caesar's like, all right, listen, we're going to give you $15 million, supposedly, allegedly, right? That's the report, to get, and see, that's the compromise. If you're willing to pay this ransom like this, and then what if they don't give you nothing? What if they say, okay, cool, now give us another 10, give us another 10 after that? It could just, you're just basically trusting them to hand everything back over to you. They literally got the balls of these casinos right in there. This is just insane how massive, and there's just this isn't going around a lot. All this stuff going on, you have this going on, you have the writer's strike, which a lot of people don't even care about, but the auto strike with Chrysler, GM, Ford going down right now, and then Joe's going on vacation, a nice little weekend retreat. security in Delaware. That's kind of interesting how all that works. Shouldn't you be at the helm handling all this stuff right now, negotiating, pulling these people inside of rooms and getting this worked out? But that's a topic for another time. So then you go to MGM, and MGM is holding firm like, listen, we're not paying nothing. We're going to completely wait this out. So I don't know if they're going to pull a Jurassic Park, the original, the only one they should have made, but I don't know if they're going to pull a whole Jurassic Park on this situation.
People are dying. Will you please shut down the system?
So I don't know if you can do something like that where you completely shut everything down and then attempt to reboot it. I don't know if that would work, because you would have think they would have already done that by now. Or even Caesars, instead of paying the ransom, they would have just shut it. So maybe that doesn't work. Maybe they completely... And supposedly this hack happened over like a 10-minute phone call. I guess they called the front desk and pretended like they were somebody and went through all these routine checks, and they somehow got a hold of some information what was able to lock down this entire organization. That's how crazy. And you see how we're going with this, with the digital currency, these digital ID. This stuff is going to get worse and worse. You think the crime's bad in San Francisco and all that, you're not going to be able to do anything because all your information can be compromised. The other things is all safe and secure. Don't worry about that. That's all fine and dandy. But your information for everything else will be compromised. Man, what a scary time to be alive with all this BS. So it's just going to be crazy to see the way this whole situation turns out. Like, if you've ever worked in a casino, I worked in many of them here, when you go to swipe your badge and that whole clock system, that's down. Everything else, like I said, as far as the slot machines, ATMs, you can't check into the room. Everything is, all this stuff is digital. They even have apps on the phone where everything's on the phone. So if you can't get there, they have to go up there individually and manually let people inside their rooms. So now they're giving out people comps and all that stuff. So if you know everything else is down, the security has to be down as well. This situation is just insane, how they're able to literally bring these places to their knees with a simple 10-minute situation to hack the whole system. So you guys let me know your thoughts on this situation. If you guys actually live in Vegas, or you guys know somebody that's at one of these casinos that are affected right now, because it's not the entire strip, but MGM owns a large portion, as well as Harris and the Caesars Palace. So, you know, they're all broken up into like different little organizations, but that's still a huge chunk of the strip that's being affected by this. So you guys let me know, if you're an owner of this casino, are you just going to pay this ransom? Because that's the crazy part. If you pay it, what if they don't give you back the keys to the car, basically? How does that even work? How can you trust somebody to wire them $15 million in hopes that they give you this stuff back? Or you guys are going to just try to wait it out, like say MGM, Bellagio, what they're doing, just basically, we're not going to pay you guys nothing? Like, where's the government in this situation? Can they do anything with this? Or is that just a naive thought? Or is it because Joe's at the helm, nobody's coming to help? It'll be just like Hawaii, just like the people of Maui. We're not helping. Maybe they should put up a Ukraine flag on top of each casino that's going through this, and that assistance will be there. You'll have Warhawks, all kinds of stuff, Barrett 50 cals coming through on all these airplanes, and all this stuff. The AC-130 will be there in no time. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you guys could please share so we could get it out there, and I will catch you guys on the next one.